What up, what up, what up, YouTube? See that right there? This is a bowl of pipe tobacco, but what flavor is it? Well, I want to show off the other pipe in my collection that I smoke out of, and also do another pipe tobacco review video for YouTube after uploading a crazy Taco Bell food hack. This here is caramel apple pie from what's the company? Hearth and Home. The same folks who brought us the eggnog pipe tobacco also have a delicious caramel apple pie flavored pipe tobacco. It definitely smells, you can definitely smell the apple in it when you open up the bag and stuff. Make sure this bastard's unclogged before we smoke out of it. There we go, that stem was clogged. I haven't smoked out of this pipe in a minute, but this pipe is a combination of rustic and smooth. There's like a couple of smooth bits on either side here, here, underneath here, and here. And whenever I have friends come over and they see me smoking out of a pipe, well, can I try some of that? That smells good. Alright, so I'll pull out my pipe, load some up. And a lot of people will be like, yo, pipe tobacco's delicious. And I'm like, yeah, and it's cheaper than cigarettes. And it has far less chemicals and smells better to most non-smokers. Not that I care, because I love the smell of tobacco in general, but that goes down just as smooth as the eggnog pipe tobacco did. YouTube, hold on a second. Let's get a profile on that pipe tobacco. Now here's the thing, I take excellent care of my pipes, but letting other people smoke out of this, the bottom half of my stem broke off. I didn't know who done did it, but the way it broke off, it made it incredibly uncomfortable to smoke out of. So to fix it right quick, I took some sandpaper and sanded the bottom half of that stem so that I can clench it without any discomfort. Not to mention the stem was really, really loose. In order to heat it up, I stuck a piece of metal into that plastic where the stem connects to the bowl and heated up the stem, and it made it a little bit wider, and then I stuck it back into the pipe and it was nice and tight when it was warm. Let it cool off in the ashtray and it basically tightened it up. I've had this one a lot longer than the other one, and the other one you can tighten up the stem just by heating up the plastic that connects it to the bowl real quickly, and then taking the pipe tool, the scooper, and then going in a really fast circle with this scooper on that plastic part. And for pipes that have plastic that connect the stem, you can use a little bit of fire and friction to, widen the diameter of it. And it's tricky to do, though, because you don't want to, break your stem and have to, completely replace it or get it fixed. And, unless, of course, you're smoking out of a Dr. Grabo, which has a metal piece that attaches it. And some of the more high-end pipes are going to have a piece of metal that connects the vulcanite to the briar. But it definitely has a nice scent to it. It smells like apple pie. It's got like a hint of apple to it. It smells really good. That's cool because on the inhale I taste apples, but on the exhale I can taste it tastes like graham cracker crust. No bullshit. So it's a crazy flavor of pipe tobacco, but it's actually not half bad. That's pretty good. Initially, the apple taste isn't very strong. It's very subtle. Overall, it's a pleasant smoke. It's not biting the tongue excessively. You really don't have to be Daddy Warbucks to smoke a pipe. That's a cheesy expression, but it's the goddamn truth. There are people I call pipe snobs. And these are the kind of people that say, oh, you're not a pipe smoker if you don't smoke this pipe or this tobacco. Oh. These are the same stuck-up assholes who are just like that with cigars and wine. These people who think you're a crass asshole if you don't use a certain brand. And it's just like, if you're sipping the finer things in life, a good cigar, a glass of wine, or some fine pipe tobacco, who gives a shit how expensive it is? You know what I'm saying? The most money I've spent on a pipe was like $100, and it broke on me. It was cold as fuck outside. It fell out of my hand, and the plastic connecting the stem to the bowl snapped off the stem and got stuck to the inside of the bowl, and I'm like, that is some cheap shit. But it was a smaller pipe. What I'm saying? These two pipes that I have are big, and the bowls are bigger. And if you can get just 1 to 2 good quality pipes, you're pretty much set. There are some pipe smokers who get real into the collecting pipes. They get a stand full of them, and they have one pipe for each day of the week. They have a certain pipe for a certain flavor, and that's how they do. Another common misconception when it comes to pipes and cigars, people are like, oh, you're not supposed to inhale. Fuck off. It's your tobacco. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you want to inhale it, fucking inhale it. Who gives a shit? I mean, you're already smoking on it anyways, right? And it seems to have gone out to my little tobacco snob rant. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. There we go. Now I took a couple drags and blew the smoke back into the bowl to rekindle it. That'll save you some time on the matches and the lighter too. It has a mild apple smell to it. It's got a real sweet scent to it. It's not bad, actually. It's not quite what I was expecting when I read the label, but it's not bad. If I burn through this one, I might just load a bowl of that last one and do like 2 reviews. Just call it a pipe tobacco review. Short, sweet, and to the point. Gotta love the smell of a good pipe tobacco YouTube. That's decadent. Now, some people will quit smoking cigarettes by switching over to pipe tobacco. It's been known to happen long before we had these obnoxious electronic cigarettes. I haven't quit smoking cigarettes just yet, and I don't plan to. It's just right now, you can get more pipe tobacco for your buck. You know what I'm saying? Because it's cheaper. I'm just saying. And if it's enough to get you by, then yeah. And there are some people who aren't like too big into collecting, but like the more into the tobacco aspect of it. And then there is people who are a combination of the both, you know. But there are literally thousands upon thousands of different flavors of pipe tobacco to try. Like, it's the world of it is just almost vast, you know. And generally speaking, it's associated with good smells, which is what it's known for. Those are your aromatics. Those are the stuff that smells good. Your cherries and yeah. I can definitely taste a hint of apple in it. It's not bad by any means. If you like anything apple flavored, you'll definitely be digging this stuff right here. This is another selection from pipesandcigars.com. And pipesandcigars.com is not the only place you can order tobacco online. You can also go to cupofjoes.com, tobacconook.com. That's where the Sultan of Silver, Mr. Gray Bailey, goes for his supplies, yeah. Most of you know him as the Sultan of Silver, yes? I'll tell you what's crass, to be quite honest. And I kind of bitched about it in a previous video, but attacking YouTubers like Hitcock45 because some asshole shoots up a school, like that's kind of unfair. Like, really? They ain't doing nothing wrong. They're entertaining fine folks at YouTube, making YouTube some money. And YouTube turns around and says, well, And it's no different than attacking somebody for eating food on YouTube, like silencing their content because their shit's deemed unhealthy. Like some of the unhealthy crap that I eat on my cooking videos, that shit could get flagged by YouTube as unhealthy content because the food is considered, well, not very PC as far as healthy goes, but I walk or ride the bike whenever I can, you know what I'm saying? So I get exercise on a regular, you know. If all you do is eat junk food and sit on your fucking ass, then of course you're gonna get fat. That's just common fucking sense. But instead of using common sense, it just seems like it's more convenient to blame others who had nothing to do with it. And it just irritates me, you know. It's like, ugh. And if YouTube suddenly decides that they're going to go super PC and they're going to say, well, tobacco's unhealthy for you and anybody who reviews tobacco on YouTube is getting shut down, I'll be like, wait a minute. Okay, that is a conscious choice by adults to make, you know. I don't encourage minors to smoke. I don't provide for minors, and these pipe tobacco reviews are intended for a much older audience, but I don't age restrict them because that's on parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, if parents are not being responsible about what their kids are watching on YouTube, why the fuck you blaming the creators? That's bullshit. You know, it's just like when people blame violent video games or guns for mass shootings. It's like, well, when people text and drive and kill other people, you blame people, you don't blame the cell phones. So what's the difference when people kill people with guns? That's what I don't get, you know. The end result is still shitty, but, you know, because cell phones don't shoot bullets, you know, I guess that's the only difference. And both acts are incredibly stupid. Like, if there are two things you should not do, a mass shooting or texting while driving, it's just, no, fuck that stupid shit. Like, we're better than this, man. And I'm sure millennials get tired of people complaining about them, but it's like, dude, some of y'all are eating Tide Pods and going on social media and on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and bragging about the shooting you're going to pull up, almost like you want to get caught, like you're looking for attention. And I'm like, okay, you're pissed, you want attention, I get that, but there are better ways of dealing with it. Taking innocent lives and making guns look bad is just, it's a dick move, man. I mean, if you have anything in life that you enjoy doing, may it be video games or listening to music, any sort of hobby that you may enjoy doing, you know, you pull a mass shooting, you're not going to get to do any of that, because if you get caught by the popo doing that stupid shit, your life's just down the crapper, and justifiably so, because when you throw everybody else's life down the crapper, it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? And that's just a harsh way to look at it, but I might have said some controversial things on my little pipe thoughts video that I did recently, but at the end of it, I made a fair point. The fact that somebody bought an AR-15 with an expired license or ID, that's got to be fixed. Like, loopholes like that, man, I'm all for the Second Amendment rights, but that's a bit excessive. You know, because there are plenty of Americans that own that particular firearm that are responsible gun owners, and they don't cause mayhem. It's primarily for plinking at the field, shooting steel targets, you know. because it's a sport. You know, it can be used as a sport. I mean, you could kill somebody with a fucking screwdriver. That doesn't mean we should ban screwdrivers now, does it? Because at the end of the fucking day, a screwdriver is a tool as a practical use. You know what I'm saying? Like, and here's the thing. Could you imagine if we gave our founding fathers the technology to build the guns we have today? That would be some crazy shit. I imagine if time travel becomes a thing, they're going to be like, you cannot meddle with it, otherwise you'll go to jail, sort of thing. Like, they'll be like, you cannot alter time. They'll be like, what? But we could alter time to do some cool shit, you know? Stop every mass shooting from happening. Get like Rick and Morty's portal gun in a fucking time machine. Yeah. Hear Five Finger Death Punch playing in the background. A company. Like he's got. If you can make bulletproof armor that covers your entire body, there you go. Which doesn't sound too unlikely. I mean, shit, they can make cars that run on corn ethanol. No, I don't think we're going to have to take it to that level, but keeping doors locked, having metal detectors, and security monitoring the premises, that's the best way to do it. Okay, if teachers want to carry a gun on them, they do it when they're not working, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Because we've already had these teachers with their guns, and one of them was firing it off in a classroom and no one got shot, but it's like, dude, come on, really? You know, keeping it empty unless you have to use it, that's the first step. And the second step is, you know what I'm saying? And at least, you know, like, why are you pissed off at your fellow classmates when they're, if y'all are in a certain age group, you're pretty much going through the same shit. Puberty, peer pressure, trying to get good grades, trying to fit in, trying to figure out what the fuck you want to do with the rest of your miserable life. And, you're better off just listening to some music and chilling out, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, like, it's not worth it. You know, you have to put yourself in that other person's shoe for just 1 second. Okay, you're pissed off, I get it. You're an angsty teen, ooh, look out. You're an angsty teen with a bunch of social media accounts, ooh, look the fuck out, you know. Ask yourself, what if it was someone you cared about that got shot up like that? How would you feel? You'd feel like shit, wouldn't you? Exactly. And you would hope that that person lost all their freedom. And knowing that alone, you think to yourself, you don't want that happening to you, so why do it? Why waste everybody's time with that bullshit? Well, you pissed off because Trump's president? Okay, let's not go political with it. Nobody wants to be that one guy, the president that has to sit there and, you know, listen to these people sob on about it. But at the same time, it's like, this is a touchy subject, YouTube. And maybe I'm not touching on it the most gracefully, but sometimes that surrealism is needed to put things into perspective. Like, society doesn't have to be this fucking stupid and give people like me a fucking headache, but it chooses to anyway, and it's like, I mean, you got people who go clay shooting, hunting, you know. And of course, the fucking libtards will be like, well, do you really need a gun that can do you really need a that can okay, if you want to go down that route, let's look at some of the shit in your life. Do you really need that fucking cell phone? Do you really need that fast food hookup? Do you really need to go to the grocery store? You know what I'm saying? And to some degree, yes, there are some things that serve a practical use. You know what I'm saying? And striking fellow YouTubers for this shit and blaming video games and guns and artists and musicians and actors and movies and all that sort of stuff, blaming all of that on the problems in our society. Like, look, we gotta examine this shit deeper. So much deeper, YouTube. So much fucking deeper. And the reason why I say that, because look, we got kids that are trying to eat Tide Pods for a stupid YouTube challenge. People doing stupid shit like that. Okay, like, you want a challenge? Check out my food hack video that I did for Taco Bell on my channel. That shit's uploading right now. And while that uploads, I'm doing a pipe tobacco review. Boom. Fucking stupid. You know why Wyoming has the least amount of gun crime? Because Wyoming is so gun friendly. Like, you can open carry in Wyoming, I'm just saying. So most people are like, you know. Oh, I had a mild connection issue with Facebook Live for a decade. That's got a nice body on that smoke. It definitely has a hint of apple and it smells really sweet. Decadent. So I'll be doing 2 pipe tobacco reviews in this. And this next one, you're not gonna believe this shit, people. This is Hearth and Home Vermont meat candy or some shit like that. Just some weird ass meat candy flavored tobacco. It tastes weird at first, but the exhale, like this shit, the flavors they come out with, it's insane. You think meat candy, huh? What the hell is this all about? I'll load some up into the pipe here once more. Nice and clear, alright. Anything that I have left, I'm just going to throw into that big bag. There we go. Nicely packed bowl right there, just like that. Just scoop, poke. There we go. And all this is pretty much backup. Yeah. Now, the only other pipe tobacco I have not reviewed is just one more, but I'll save that for another pipe tobacco review video. Alright, so this would be the Vermont meat candy or some shit like that from Hearth and Home. The same people that gave us the eggnog pipe tobacco. That one's interesting because the inhale is rather salty, kind of smoky like a meat, you know what I'm saying? And a little bit of sweet. But then you exhale and you get that same flavor followed by like a hint of, tastes like Slim Jim jerky kind of. And there's a sweetness that follows that Slim Jim taste. That is literally the only way to describe this. It is, quite honestly, a unique blend of pipe tobacco. I've never encountered anything crazy like that before. Like, that is some weird shit, man. It's definitely got a very bold black Cavendish stacked up in there to give it that rich nicotine punch that complements the smoky meat flavor of this meat candy flavor. It doesn't smell bad by any means either. It's just a weird flavor of tobacco. Like, I've never actually, didn't even, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're into jerky, I guess. And it is actual tobacco, but it's flavored to taste a certain way. And then that flavor is then matched with the smell. You know what I'm saying? This is a bit of an aromatic, but it's a unique aromatic to say the least. This is literally the only one I haven't reviewed, and this is the Very Good pipe tobacco from the same company, and assuming it'll be a berry blend. In fact, let's crack it open. Oh, shit. Now, if you accidentally drop it, it's whatever, okay. No, but if you get this, you're going to see from pipesandcigars.com, they tape up their bag with this obnoxious tape. They do it because it keeps it from spilling, so it serves a purpose. So if you take the tape, and you want to be very careful doing this too, it's probably easier to start from the bottom. Peel up just like that. And if you can't get these crazy flavors locally, then find the closest cigar shop near to you, or go online. It's really all you can do. And if you're not quite 21 yet, you're gonna have to wait, I guess. Even though tobacco age in the United States for the most part is 18, except California where it's 21, which is bullshit. But crack open a fresh bag of pipe tobacco, take a look at that. Well, that's pretty looking. That is some pretty looking tobacco. A fresh bag, that smells delicious. It has like a berry color to it almost. Lots of dark tobaccos. Definitely a black Cavendish. You can see the black tint to this tobacco right here. That black tint is black Cavendish, which is a very strong tobacco leaf for its flavor and nicotine content. That smells good. I may end up just keeping that separate from the big mix bag. I may end up mixing it with the big bag too, I don't know. More than likely I'll mix it with, so you know what I could do with this here, Very Good pipe tobacco from Hearth and Home. Take some of that Ghetto Grape Tasty Puff and add some more moisture to it. Add another flavor to it. Why the fuck not? Give it a couple squirts. Give it about 4 squirts and shake it up. That smells good. I'll have to leave that open. Let that tasty puff dry under that just a little bit. Oh man. That combination smells fucking fire. Hell yeah. Good call putting tasty puff on the berry. Good, because well, I haven't tried it without it, but that's alright. Adding it to that was definitely a good call. No, I wonder, how long is that video? Is it? Oh, it's still uploading, damn. Well, Taco Bell videos are about 18% uploading, so that's going to take a hot minute. But I'll do a review of that very good pipe tobacco with the tasty puff when it's a bit drier and more smokable. Gotta let that flavor sink in. This is KINGCOBRAJFS back at you with another pipe tobacco review. Catch you cool cobras on the flip side.